Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. Today's video, we got some Kaspa updates, so let's go ahead and get into it. So recently, Kaspa price has been declining a lot, and trading volume is currently at 23 million, which is pretty significant, and our market cap is currently sitting at 883 million. We recently just hit 21 billion current supply. Our hash rate is at 46 petahashes. We hit a high of 51 petahashes earlier this week, which is actually insane. We've just been skyrocketing with this hash rate, which just means that more mining machines are coming online. Kaspa block reward was just recently reduced, and now the next reward that will happen next month will be 156 Kaspa per block. Currently, the Kaspa per block is going to be sitting right now at 155 or 164 Kaspa per block right now every time you find a block with one of your miners. Looking at the top addresses, you could see that Mexi wallet once again has been losing a ton of Kaspa. They had close to 600 million Kaspa earlier towards the end of the month of September, and they've just been losing over like 300 million Kaspa, it looks like. And this has happened in the past where for some reason they just move around Kaspa a lot, it looks like. So I don't really think this is anything to worry about. People were worrying about this last time, and then eventually they randomly just loaded their wallet with a ton of more Kaspa again. Also, if we're looking here, the number 3 biggest wallet, this has been a wallet that we've been taking a look at for the longest. This wallet has been loading up since August, I'm pretty sure, and we've been watching it, and I've been speculating that this is possibly an exchange, but we still don't have it tagged at all. We don't know who this is at all, but they've just been buying Kaspa like crazy. Yesterday, they put in an order and picked up close to 2 million Kaspa worth $83,000. And you could see the chart here that they've just been increasing the Kaspa position like crazy, and they're now currently the number 3 wallet. Still don't know who it is, but I'm speculating that it is an exchange. We probably just either they haven't announced that this is their address and we already are listed on them, so it could be from one of the most recent exchanges that listed us, or it is an exchange that we still have not listed on and they're just currently buying because of the NDAs and everything. They're just currently working with the operation of putting in Kaspa integration for their exchange in the back end, and we might just get a random announcement. I don't really know, but it just seems very odd for this to just be a random individual. I feel like it would be more of an exchange, but who knows? Kaspa for sure is not going anywhere, and people are still loading up with Kaspa. Looking at the top 10 addresses owned, this has dropped significantly. I remember seeing this at like 17%. This is now 13%, which is good. As long as these numbers keep falling, that's really good, because that just means Kaspa is being distributed to more people. Kaspa is currently sitting on number 46. It's probably been stuck here for about 2 months now, I feel like. And the market cap is at 876 billion. So it's been losing a lot of market cap like all the other coins. It's down the most, it looks like, in this area for the past 7 days, but it's not alone. All coins are currently bleeding because of the macro environment that we're currently in. Kaspa also just recently had a new listing on xt.com. Really not sure about this exchange, but of course, as always, all new exchange listings are good for Kaspa, because we do want Kaspa to be available for the whole entire world. Also, KDX just recently got a beta version, and it offers many new languages and also uses UPnP tech to automatically forward node P2P port through your router to make the node public and help improve CAS network coherence. So I actually want to maybe take a look at this beta to see if maybe I can finally get my node online and public so that there could be more nodes on the network. And I forgot to mention this, but if you actually look here in the dashboard and you'll see all the public nodes, we are currently sitting at 208 active public nodes. And this is pretty significant because I remember just a month ago, this was only sitting at like 120. So we've increased almost 100 nodes that are public in the past month. And that's always good. More nodes does increase decentralization for the network. Next, we have an update on Caspium, the new wallet that is now available on the App Store or Android. If you didn't already know, the code for the wallet has not been audited at all to ensure that everything is safe and secure. But rest assured, Coder of stuff, which is one of the coders in the Kaspa community. He's actually going to go ahead and audit this for us, and he said he's finishing reading everything by October 10th. And so from what I last saw in the Discord, he did mention that he did not find any backdoors or anything like that on the wallet. So Caspian wallet is pretty much secured like any other open source wallet out there. You have to make sure you keep your seed phrase safe and secure to prevent loss of funds. Make sure you're not putting your seed phrase anywhere online. That is never recommended because you will lose your funds if you're putting your seed phrase anywhere online like that. The next thing I want to talk about is this tweet that I had found. I didn't even know it existed, but Dr. Craig S. Wright, which is, I believe, the founder of BSV, is currently in a lawsuit trying to make sure that BSV gets changed to Bitcoin and all this kind of stuff, just a bunch of drama and whatnot. But he actually called out Kaspa and said that it was a scam. And he did this back in March. But he says, no, they want you to believe that a system that was tried in the mid 90s is good because it's been rehashed again and done without any of the fixes that were already put in it. It's called a scam. They call me names because they know they are committing a crime. And this is just funny that this actually exists. And this was the picture. Act 1 is over. You can retire now. Act 2, starring hashtag as Satoshi Nakamoto 2. Feast your eyes on the first united two-dimensional distributed ledger in history. LOL, that is a joke. So, I mean, clearly Craig over here just doesn't care about any other currency except his own that he's trying to claim he is actually Satoshi before in the past, which has been proven false, and he's not Satoshi. So just very interesting that this actually happened, and it's just funny that people will continue calling Kaspa a scam. And he actually said, LOL, that is a joke in November of 2022. And Kaspa's price was like under a penny during that time. So I'm pretty sure he's not laughing now. The next few things we're going to be taking a look at is going to be basically addressing the team and reassuring everybody, even though that there is conflict in Israel and a lot of the team is located in Israel, there's really no worries that you should be having currently with Kaspa itself. And when we're talking in terms of development, this came out on the Discord from Aspect, which is one of the developers of Kaspa. He said, we are quite decentralized as a development team. There are developers working on the core project software and network infrastructure from USA, Canada, Russia, Bulgaria, India, Norway, Saudi Arabia, China, Israel, and a few other countries. So the work continues on the most parts of the project uninterrupted. It's just hard to coordinate the T11 relaunch right now as parts of the team is close proximity to the ongoing geopolitical turmoil are most certainly effective. There are 17 devs within my field of view, of whom 2 plus focus on supporting infrastructure. 12 are doing active development of Rusty Kaspa. Of these 12, 4 are affected by the conflict proximity. Of these 12, I say 9, including those affected, do or have technological competence to focus on consensus, judging by having worked with them. I might be off by 1 to 2 people, which is why I'm using an approximate sign. GitHub does not give an exact picture, albeit pretty close. Also, it's important to distinguish developers from researchers. They do overlap, but many prominent researchers like Hashtag and Shy are not included in the counts above. The issue that will cause some delays is more focus related. To work on a complex infrastructure like Kaspa, one needs to not be distracted, and it's quite hard to do in the current environment. Also, the above counts are compiled from Rusty Kaspa related work. There are a few more people who are involved in Golang node that are not part of that. I think it's important to clarify that while created in Israel, originally, at this point, from the development perspective, Kaspa is an international project that has sufficient redundancy from the development perspective. And this is really good that he mentioned this in the Discord, because a lot of people are just misinformed and don't understand that Kaspa is purely decentralized. There is no actual team. There's no single person controlling everything. There's no single point of failure. Kaspa has been given to the public and the community. Anyone is welcome to join and start working on Kaspa. And if you do want to start working on Kaspa, check out the Discord, head into the development channel and state what you are really good at, and maybe you can probably start helping with things. But there are already a lot of devs already working on certain things. And this isn't including the developers that are working on Caspium, which is separate from this. I remember in one of my previous videos when I was talking about Invest Answers, he mentioned that there's only 5 developers for Kaspa. And really, that is just not accurate at all. There's developers doing a ton of different things, and they're not going to be all listed on the GitHub because that's just separate from like the Caspian wallet or the nodes that people are working on. So people are just doing different things in Kaspa. There are quite a bit of people working on it. So rest assured, the development for Kaspa is currently continuing. And Michael even has things to say about this. He says, I've already moved my attention part-time to Dagnite, currently still to paper-related enhancements, but implementation efforts will follow very soon, along with the unfolding of TN11 and mainnet Rust beta. And we're getting very close for Kaspa to finally be converted to Rust. That also means we're going to see 10 blocks per second, 3,000 transactions per second, all on the base layer pretty soon. So just know that there's no dates that need to be given out because seriously, development with this type of stuff can always be delayed and pushed back. And I've mentioned this in the past, how this could be a risk that developments get delayed and people just get impatient and they want to find a way out just simply because price movements are not going to what their expectations was. But I'm an investor for the long term, so I'm not really caring about short-term price action. As you can see on this channel, I rarely talk about price at all anymore. If you look at my beginning videos, I would try to take a look at the chart, but honestly, it's just a waste of time. If you're an investor, you look at what the facts and then you think long term and you see what the future potential could possibly bring. And we keep updating ourselves with different facts just to be sure that our investment is still solid and sound. And as the looks of it, everything is going as planned and is still fully operational. Shai also says here, CAS has no single point of failure. The state of affairs in Israel is hard and sorrowful, but as far as personal safety goes, it still remains very safe. You should be concerned for soldiers on the front lines, as are we. But we and our families are all safely within the perimeter, and we are in the process of pulling ourselves together and resuming the work. That being said, the developer community is constantly growing in size and independence, and I believe it would have been able to complete the Dagnite implementation even in the absence of all Israeli contributors if the circumstances so required. Following the decentralizing the knowledge doctrine, the protocol itself is documented in a publicly available paper in a minute detail, and developers from several countries hold deep knowledge of the codebase and the architecture. And again, there's no team, and if all of the developers, the Israeli developers, were to leave the project, it still wouldn't really matter, because if we look at something like Bitcoin, the founder of Bitcoin left the project, and look at Bitcoin today. It was picked up by other people. A lot of people don't realize this, but the Bitcoin foundation exists. There are people who actually work on the node that's called Bitcoin Core, and they are the people who work on the node that mostly everyone uses to run a node for Bitcoin. So there are other people that just took it over after Satoshi left. We really don't need a founder to stay with a project for a project to continue moving forward. It really doesn't matter. It's open source, and Kaspa is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So people who are spreading misinformation about Israel devs gonna have to leave the project to take care of their families and this and that. We have an official statement from Shai himself about the situation, and everything is looking pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And before we go, I just want to let you guys know, if you want to support my channel and support my work here, consider joining the Patreon, and you can get early access to all these YouTube videos before they go live out to the public. I do weekly giveaways on there for Kaspa, and I also offer tech support and other things. If you want to just ask me any questions, check my portfolio, see exactly how much Kaspa I have, you can just go ahead and support me through the Patreon and get access to the Discord, and just go ahead and start chatting with me. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and as always, don't be average, be different.